win game.
Listen.
I got Tebow, he shattered the mold. And all he does is win. All he does is unleash.
So Tebow, let him go.
It's time.
Turn him loose.
Let him play. Let him play.
On Sunday.
Unleash.
So Tebow, let him go.
It's time. All he does is win.
One more day, one more win.
All he does is win game.
Welcome back to the debate desk, everybody. Wale made his way over from the cafeteria. Hugh Douglas was with him. I can only imagine what you two
Got a
were
sandwich.
buying over there. Okay,
Yeah,
so Steve Porter's All He Does Is Win mashup is nominated for a Webby Award, and if he wins, you win. Here's what you need to do. You just check us out on Facebook or Twitter. Click the link, vote, and then retweet us. If Steve Porter wins, we'll go 24 hours, people, without talking about Tim Tebow. Wale is very excited about this. We started out trailing 8% last week, and thanks to you, the race is getting closer and closer. So 24 hours.
Jockey commercials too?
What's that?
24 hours no tea, but that means jockey commercials as well?
We'll work on that too. We can only control the things we can control. The voting closes on Thursday, April 26th, and the winner will be announced.
And you know what,
May
Carissa?
1st.
A lot of people actually love Tim Tebow, and so a lot of people love that video, thanks to DJ Steve Porter.
It's a good
Wale
I like
knew
the song.
The hook is pretty good, right?
Pretty good on that.
Good beat, and you can dance to it,
Yeah,
right?
So until you guys get him the Webby, we're going to continue to talk about Tim Tebow because it's an entertaining topic. We discussed earlier how many games it would be before he took over the starting job in New York, and this is what you had to say. Flashback to earlier in the show.
I'll cut my hair if Tebow's the starting quarterback.
You will cut your hair?
I will chop it off.
Wait, hold on. Let's make sure.
Wait, we get that on tape? Four games. If he starts 4 games, you'll cut your hair?
Nah, wouldn't do that.
4 games. Yes, it's done deal.
Okay, if he starts 6 games, we'll
Okay,
settle
done.
it right now.
I'll take
6
6.
games.
Yeah.
Wale will cut his hair.
6 games, cut his hair.
We will pull
Good.
this tape when we
Got
finally
it.
figure out what the bet is. 6 games.
6
Tim
games.
Tebow is a starter. He'll cut his hair. Hugh tried to warn you. He kept saying,
I
"Wouldn't do
don't
that."
understand what y'all see. What am I not getting?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and you watch a lot of sports, and I respect the fact that you know a lot about a lot of sports. But the truth of the matter is, I always say that Tim Tebow was going to start the 4th game of the season. Once you make that move, you don't go back to Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
So that's why
I would prefer him. I would like to see Tim Tebow in week 4 start there because he will not finish the season as starter.
But he's gonna probably start. Tim Tebow has shown, if anything, he can be a durable quarterback during the season. He took a lot of punishment.
There's no San Antonio Holmes in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Those grueling
There's
New York.
Demarius Thomas.
Pretty good. I'm saying locker room and morale and all of these things. Like I've been in like when you play sports, like the locker room splits up sometimes.
Have you been around Tebow before?
I don't.
Big presence.
I understand.
As long as they figure out a way to get the ball to San Antonio
Holmes.
Holmes.
Not trying to hear anything but wins. You can't. I don't think in New York City you can be a quarterback and throw and be 1 for 16 and going into the 4th quarter and they're not like it's a different sprint.
With that defense, if he's figuring out a way to win games at the end of the game, one of the Jets' biggest problems is they couldn't score, and a lot of the teams ate up the clock on the Jets. So if you can figure out a way to keep the game close like they did in Denver, and just get a little bit of offense going, and with Tim Tebow, you have a chance to win. They have a little bit better cast of receivers there. They're probably going to try to get a better running game.
It's all about the receivers. Like everybody, all the receivers they never had horrible years. They couldn't wait. Eddie Roy couldn't wait to leave. Like you got to be skilled. It's not all
like who led the NFL in rushing last year? What team?
It's
Denver.
You got it down there.
It's Denver.
I know. I got it right here. Right here. It's not a joke. It was the Denver Broncos, Carissa.
I know it was.
Yeah.
But I know
So what does that tell you? What does Rex Ryan like to do? Ground and pound and play top 5 defense. Why did he convince Tim Tebow not to go to Jacksonville but to come to New York? Because he wants Tebow to turn his team into the #1 rushing offense in the NFL. That's what you're going to see.
I think he's going to be more of a passer. Because you don't give San Antonio Holmes that kind of money and give him those games.
Well, what is listen to the objective Hugh Douglas here. What does Tim Tebow do best throwing the football?
He can throw it deep.
He can throw it deep with anybody. And he will throw it deep to San Antonio 3 or 4 times a game, and San Antonio will be very happy because they will be winning football games.
They're going to figure out. I don't believe you're going to see the Tim Tebow in New York that you saw in Denver. You can't have that same kind of guy. His completion is going to be up. It has to be up.
Well, for one
in
thing,
order for him
guess
to be
what?
successful.
He's going to have a good defense to
That's
balance
gonna
off,
definitely-
right? Okay.
Yeah, pretty decent defense.
Well, I
Yeah.
mentioned him in the locker room. How do you think? Do you think that he would take over that locker room?
I don't think
I don't
you
think
can't
so.
take over being the second string quarterback. You can't do that. He's going to have a presence if they allow him to be more on the field, because guys only respect guys that are making plays. That are making plays. And if he's figuring out how to make plays and throwing the football and keeping his receivers happy, they'll gravitate towards that. And as long as they're winning, and if everybody's getting what they want, everything's going to be fine.
And everything, like he was drafted by the Broncos, so you know people. Like he doesn't know.
Yeah, but his
Jackson.
regime left.
He
His
doesn't
coach
know-
got fired.
He doesn't know he doesn't know anybody. Like he was drafted there. He
They
was a rookie
see
there.
something.
They seen him there. He's a brand new face to the Jets,
But they
and
see
he's taking a lot of the attention. Like you
They
come
see
in here as a
something in
backup
Tebow.
and you're still in the show. Like it's gonna be a while to win the morale of the locker room,
Okay.
especially as a backup.
Okay, you make jokes about Tebow, and that's fine. He deserves some of them. I don't know Tim Tebow well, but I have watched at ESPN the weekend ex-stars, Hall of Famers line up to get Tim Tebow's autograph. That's what you're dealing with here. That's the respect level. Even a Hugh Douglas would walk in the locker room as a veteran, as an Eagle. Let's say he was the Eagles' new quarterback. And there would be a little mystique about him where you'd be saying, I want to know this guy. I want to be around him because
I
he's
want
got a
to
force
know
field.
what's going on. I want to
Yeah.
know what but it has
Okay.
nothing to do with football. It's more, to me personally, it's like a spectacle. Like, I want to see what the hype is. Like, are you really this person that you portray to be?
Yes,
That's
he is.
that's what my fascination with Tebow is, but that exceeds football.
You think he's not legit?
The jury is still out for me personally. I don't know any of his teammates personally, but that's what my fascination with him is. It's not about X's and O's and skill. Because when it comes to skill, if he starts week 4, he'll be the worst skilled starting quarterback in the NFL.
You better hope that he doesn't start 6 games, or else that hair
No.
is out.
I
We're
was
saving
gonna-
it.
you know what?
If
Cut
you
it.
lost a bet to
Would you let
going
Tebow
into
cut your
I'll
hair?
let Tebow cut my
Okay, Tebow will cut your hair. I think you would get a
This
kick out of that.
is just getting worse. This bet is just getting worse.
It's fine.
and
You
worse.
tried to warn him, but it is what it is. Okay, we'd be
I
remiss.
can't believe this. I
Since
can't
you're
believe what I'm hearing right
a
now.
Washington Redskins
Yes.
fan, the last time you were here, they were 2-0.